Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Gensokyo Horror. Medicine has awakened. First thing we need to do is go ahead and move the first player to Akio, and we need to start things off by doing the start of the battle effect, which is each investigator rolls a die. On a 1, they gain 2 poison counters. On a 2, they gain 1 poison counter. On a 6, they lose 1 poison counter. Right now, the only person that has a poison counter is Ren, which is actually pretty lucky on our part. In fact, I only lost stamina from events, so that's some good news. But yeah, so first things first, I'll start with first player, so it's going to be Akio. As for the board here, none of this stuff matters anymore. Everyone's in the same position, and they're just standing before Medicine trying to fight her off as she comes in. Alright, so we'll go ahead and roll this die. That is a 3. See, on a 1, they gain 2 poison counters. On a 2, they gain 1 poison counter. On a 6, okay, so nothing happens. Next is Ren. That is a 3, nothing happens. Yumiko. That is a 2, she gets a poison counter. So there's 1. And next is Yuki. She gets a 6, but she has no poison counters to begin with. Okay. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and get this started. So the phases are a little bit different for Final Battle. There's literally just the refresh phase, and then the attack phase, and then the Ancient One attacks. So starting during the refresh phase, everything gets refreshed, and it's treated as, let's see. It's essentially treated just like an upkeep phase. So I can still go ahead and cast Voice of Ra and do that same trick as I did before. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So this is 6 dice. I just barely passed, so I now have +1 to all my checks. I refreshed my sanity by using Byakuran's ability. Okay, that takes care of all of that. As for weapons, we don't have very much in the form of weapons, which kind of sucks. I'm going to go ahead and during this phase, we can trade amongst each other as much as we please. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pass the crowbar to Yumiko. So now she has, well, does that help really? It would be, yeah, it helps. It'll be, it essentially gives 1 extra die for her combat, which is better than nothing. Okay, anything else I can possibly trade? The Elder Signs are useless. This is useless. Most of these skills are useless. Don't really need any of those. I have a Derringer. And that's about it. So yeah, that's pretty much how my equipment's going to go. I have a bunch of clue tokens, which I'll probably be spending on the very first round. And yeah, we'll probably go ahead and get this show on the road. So next, after that, is we all attack. Each of us are going to go ahead and roll, and the attacks are cumulative. Every success we get for our attacks, it'll cause damage to Medicine. The amount of damage we have to do to remove a Doom token is based off the number of players there are, even if they're already dead. So there's 4 players in this game, so every Doom token takes 4 successes to remove. If you don't get enough to remove a Doom token, those successes still carry over to the next round, or the next attack. So in this case, we need to do a total of 48 successes to kill Medicine. So that's a thing. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and use Akio, because Akio is really the only person that can attack right now. Well, she's the first person to attack. The modifier is at -4. So I have 4 attack and a Derringer, which is +2. So, and she has physical resistance, so that Derringer only gives +1. So right now I roll 1 die, and I'm just going to use all these clue tokens. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 clue tokens. I'm just going to burn them all. So that's going to give me 9 dice in total. And hopefully I can do okay with it. Any phase, once per turn. I'm just checking things. Make a combat check. Okay, so Yuki will be using plus dice for this because she is freaking Yuki. All right. So yeah, that was 8 clue tokens. I get +1 from the Derringer essentially, so that's 9 dice. I did have 4 fight, but it's -4, so that just negates it. So here's our 9 dice. 4 successes exactly. That's enough to remove 1 Doom token. Congratulations, Akio. Now she's going to be pretty much useless. Next is Ren. Ren gets to roll. She has no weapons, but she does have martial arts, so she has 4 from that, 4 from her allies, and then she has 5 from fights. So that's 4, 8, 13, minus 4, so 9 dice as well. But she has no clue tokens. So here we go. 9 dice again. That is 6 successes. That's amazing. So just to represent those extra dice, I'll just put those over there. Okay, next is Yumiko. Alright, Yumiko gets... Alright, so... Oh, also, during the upkeep phase, I should have moved my slider one, so I'll go ahead and just do that now. Alright, so I have 5 fight. Let's just do weapons first, because that's going to be easier. So, this time it's only going to give +5, because I don't have the, I don't have a free hand anymore. So that's 5, 10, 14, and this is only going to be half rounded up. So this is going to be +2. So 5, 10, 14, 16, 17, 18, 23, 19 dice in total. So we'll be rolling 19 dice in total. Here's a bunch of dice. See how this goes. So we need, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's 9 here, I believe. Yep, there are 9 here. So here is 19 dice. Yep, 19 dice. Let's do this. Alright. Not very much more than Ren did, but that's still pretty good. So there's 4 here, which removes 1. And then here's another 3, which means from these 2 here, it's just going to remove 1 and 1 carries over. So we did some pretty good damage. Next is Yuki. Oh, I do have 2 clue tokens, so I'll go ahead and just roll those 2 dice now. Just so I can use them. So we'll just roll these 2. And nothing. Okay. So those are taken care of. Next is Yuki. I will go ahead and attempt to cast Wither twice. So let's go ahead and do that first. So this is going to be a lore base cast, so that's what, 5, 7 dice. So I'll roll 7 dice right here. Success, and then the other spell, success. Alright, so these 2 withers get exhausted. I get +3, so that's 6. And then +6 from fight, so that's that is 12. And then I get, I'm going to go ahead and exhaust this cryptozoology thing, so I get another +1, so that's 13, and then, so I roll 9 dice. Alright, 9 dice it is. Alright, 2 successes. That's not quite enough to deal a wound, so these just carry over. So there's 3 right there. Alright, so the next thing that's going to happen is Medicine attacks us. Her attack is each investigator gains a poison counter. There's no save, it just happens. So Akio gets 1, nothing happens to her. Ren gets 1, she loses 1 movement. Yumiko gets 1, she loses 1 movement. And Yuki gets 1. Alright, so far so good. We're still alive. As for adjusting stats and so forth, I'm going to go ahead and lose 1 sanity. This is... Yeah, I'm not going to use that ability and just get my lore up at 1 point. I'll go ahead and do a lore check with Voice of Ra. Voice of Ra, it's going to be 5, 7, 8, so 7 dice. Okay, success. So I have +1 to all skills. Did I even remember my +1 last time? I probably didn't. Let's say 3, 6, 12, 13, -4. Actually, I did not. I forgot the bonus from Voice of Ra, so I'll go ahead and roll that now. Okay, nothing there. Oh, also first turn does move over. We should have done that first. Not that it matters much, because I'm not going to be adjusting very many of my stats right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So Yuki's really the only one that's doing any sort of upkeep. All clue tokens have been spent, so there's not really much to do there either. So first it's going to be Ren. So mentioned as before, so 9. So essentially the -4 cancels out the martial arts, so I have 9 dice. So 3, 6. So that is 9 dice right Is that 9 dice? No, it's not. Wait, yes it is. Yeah, it is. 9 dice right there. That is 4 successes exactly, so that removes a Doom token. Those 3 still carry over. Next is Yumiko. Yumiko has like a million dice still. I'll have to remember. I'll definitely need to do better at remembering what that the value is. Let's see. It essentially negates these 2 cards. That's what -4 negates. So let's just deal with everything else then. Actually, no, it just negates the Rod of Remorse. It negates the Rod of Remorse. That's -4, and that's +4. So there you go. Alright, so +5, +10, +12, +17, +19. Alright, so we're doing all this again. So here is 3, 6, 9. So yeah, there's 9 right here. And there is exactly 10 right here. So that is, yep, 19 right here. Here's your 19 dice. Not a great roll. That is slightly cocked. Still good. Okay, so 4 successes exactly. We remove another Doom token. The rest carry over. Next is Yuki. Yuki I need to cast spells with, unfortunately, which is a little annoying. I'm just going to do this. Success. And success. That is the right number of them for the spell. Actually, it's less. I should have gotten 1 additional die, so that's fine. Alright, so Wither. So that gives me... And I'll go ahead and use the cryptozoology thing. So this will actually negate this combination here. I'll negate that. So this is 4, 10. So 10 dice. 5, 10 dice in total. 2 successes. So it does remove these 2 because they add up, and remove a Doom token. Next is Akyu. Akyu gets 1 die. Failed. Okay, so that's all this round. So next, Medicine's going to attack. Akyu loses 1 point of movement. Ren loses 1 fight. Yumiko loses 1 fight. And Yuki loses 1 movement. Okay. First blood goes to Yumiko. Really, the only person that has any upkeep is freaking Yuki. And now that I don't need to do anything with focus, I can just use that to pay for the Voice of Ra. So let's pay for Voice of Ra. 5, 6, 7. Let's see. 7. Yeah, that'll be 7 dice. 7 dice. Success. I have Voice of Ra. And just to go ahead and take care of it ahead of time, I roll 8 dice for the 2 withers. 1, 2. Okay, those are taken care of. Alright, now we do combat checks. It's going to be 18 dice now, because I have -1 fight. So 5, 10. Yep, this is 18 right there. 18 dice, let's do it. I get 3 successes, which is enough to complete that one. So there you go. We need 16 more successes to defeat Medicine. So far we're doing pretty good, to say the least. Yuki. So in the case of Yuki, it's 3, 4, 10. So 10 dice still. So there's 5 and there's 10. So 10 dice here. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. So 2 carry over. And we remove another Doom token. Akyu attacks. 1 dice. Failed. And then for Ren, it is -1 fight. So at this point, it is with -1 fight and -4 for medicine for the modifier, it negates my fight. So 4, 8 dice. All right, so it'll be these 4 dice here, or 8 dice. Sorry. That is 4 successes exactly. So that is enough to remove a Doom token. All right, now everyone gets another poison counter. At 4, you get -1 movement again, so you're at -2 movement. Yuki loses 1 fight. Aki loses 1 fight, and Ren loses another movement. Alright, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and have the Derringer be passed on to... I'll pass the Derringer on to... It'll have... it doesn't make a difference. Actually, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah, no one will get the benefit. There's no benefit of passing the Derringer to anyone else. But Akio right now can't actually do any damage now. So that's a problem. But whatever, she hasn't been doing any damage anyway. Besides that first round with all the clue tokens. So let's go ahead and do the spell check as always. So 7 dice. So Voice of Ra succeeds, and now I'll do 8 dice for the Wither and the other Wither. Success and success. Good on that. Alright, next is... oh, and first turn is now Yuki. So let's go ahead and start with her. She does have -1 fight now, which is a little annoying. What that pretty much does is it's going to just negate this Wither. Or sorry, it's going to negate... Yeah, it's going to negate this and the Voice of Ra. So it's just going to be Wither and fight, so 9 dice in total. So here's your 9 dice in total. I get 4 successes exactly. So she's down to 1 Doom token left. Akio attacks, does no damage. And in the case of Ren, Ren does 2, 4, 8. So 8 dice right there. That is 2 successes, which is enough to even that out and remove the last Doom token. And that is success. There you go. We actually defeated Medicine. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. We got to look at quite a bit of the board. I explored a bunch of areas, got to show off a lot of allies. Allies are kind of key in this game. Just go to Hakurei Shrine and get a bunch of allies. Also, it's a good thing to get at least someone to become the assistant to the Yama so they can get income. It's best to do that as soon as possible. I kind of did it pretty late because the free money is always good. Because once you're out of money, it gets very difficult to recover from any damages and wounds you take. In any case, the only final thing you can do in this game, if you want to, is you can actually score. So I'll go ahead and do the scoring, because why not? I usually never bother with it. It's usually you just win or you don't. But, you know, we'll see how it looks. So, where is this? Let's keep that. Ancient One Awakens. By the way, this rulebook is awful. That is all that. Victory, here it is. Scoring victories. You get... It's, let's see, first things first. Okay, so start with... You can rate your victory by using the following scoring system. Start with the highest printed number on the Doom track of the Ancient One. Okay, so in this case it's 12. Subtract the terror level, which is 3, so 9. And at the end of the game, now apply the following modifiers. Okay. Oh, also, well, actually, there's a few things. You can also get a few other fancy things. The player with the most gate trophies is awarded with the honorary title of First Citizen of Arkham, or in this case, Gensokyo. The person that has the most gate trophies is actually Akio, because everyone else spent theirs. So Akio now is the First Citizen of Gensokyo. Congratulations. Let's see. In case of a tie, blah, blah, blah. If there's ever a tie for gate trophies, it goes based off monsters, which Akio might actually win on that too, because she has the most monster trophies as well. Anyway, you can rate blah, blah, blah. So I mentioned it was highest printed number on the Doom track for the Ancient One, which in this case it's 12. Minus 3 from the Terror, so that's 9. So we start with a score of 9, and then it's minus 1 for every unpaid or defaulted bank loan, which we don't have any. Minus 1 for per Elder Sign played during the game. We didn't actually play an Elder Sign. We did play a Parchment of the Elder Sign, but I don't believe that counts. If it does, it's minus 1. Plus 1 for unspent gate trophy at the end of the game. So we have 1 unspent. So that brings us up to 10. Plus 1 for every 3 unspent monster trophies held at the end of the game. So just monster trophies in general. There are 4 unspent, so that's another 1. So we're at 11. And then plus 1 for every sane surviving survivor at the end of the game. Or investigator at the end of the game. So that's plus 4. So we're at 15. So the score was 15. Not that bad. But yeah, it was not too bad. Hopefully I didn't mess up too many rules. I try to keep up as best as I can. And hopefully you guys got some enjoyment out of this. As always, I'll probably keep keeping most of these board game things kept to the weekend videos. So it's pretty much just kind of extra stuff I do on the side. Next, I probably will be doing a Roll20 well, I'll be doing another board game, but I'll be doing it through Roll20. It's kind of a little project I set up to kind of make it easier to play online for people. And I'll show that off. I can easily play it single player. It's not too bad. But yeah, I'll show that off, and hopefully you guys get some enjoyment out of that. I do have some people that might be interested in playing it, but I'm not sure if I can have them come by reliably enough for me to actually record them. So, when that comes, I will show that game off. But for right now, this was Gensokyo Horror on Tabletop Simulator. Thanks to Ran Yakumo for making this module. Thanks to all the people that made Arkham modules to make that job easier. And thank you to the people on the Gensokyo wiki for making the rules and making the images and stuff and all the cards for the Toho version of this game. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and see you guys later.